The rocker cover on my car looks absolutely terrible. I've been refurbing everything, but now it stands out because everything else looks nice and new and shiny and it looks rubbish. So I've got this Wrinkle Plus paint. Let's see if it's any good. Let's have a little review. I'm going to start by removing the rocker cover, sandblasting it, getting it nice and clean and prepped, and then we can paint it. Shout out to Colin first for suggesting to put the carpet on your workbench. Great way to stop stuff getting scratched up. Obviously here we're going to be scratching it up with the sandblaster anyway, but for other things, great tip. So I don't want any sand or blasting medium to get in here. Obviously, I'm gonna clean it out anyway. It's just best practice not to be getting any solid stuff in here that could potentially get into the engine if I miss it, for example. I can also see around the edges, they could do with a good clean. So I'm gonna clean all that out, but first I will sandblast this side. So I'm just gonna tape this off. No, I'm not, because it is oily and it's not going to stick to anything. It's a slightly different approach. I've got these laminated sheet that fits pretty nicely over there. So I'm just going to put these down in the sandblasting cabinet, and then that should stop pretty much all the stuff going in there. Obviously, I get not everyone has a sandblasting cabinet, so you can just use a wire wheel on a drill and just go over it, which is what I've done before, or even keep it really basic and just use a wire brush. And that should be enough to get stuff off. So there you go. See, that's already coming off. Can use a sander as well, just sanding discs and sand it down, but obviously with the difficult shapes of a rocker cover, it's easier just to use a brush if you can. But yeah, all these bits, they're gonna be more tricky. So I'm gonna use the sandblasting cabinet, but you absolutely can use a brush or a wire wheel on a drill. I'm just gonna plug up any of these holes with some paper towel. Okay, so I'm gonna have to resort to the backup, which is going over it with a wire brush, because last time I used this blasting medium, it was when I was doing the wheels of my car. If you haven't seen the video for that, go check it out. But basically there were all these little bits of wood in there. So annoyingly, I'm gonna have to sieve all of the blasting medium to get all the wood out. So that means I can't use the blasting cabinet for now. I'm just gonna wire wheel it instead. I'm just gonna hoover off all this blasting medium, which I think is stuck onto oil that was on the rocker cover. So this might be a bit tricky to get off. Hoovering it didn't work because it's oil stuck to blasting medium. Annoyingly, I'm gonna have to now go outside and wash it. This is just getting longer and longer. Right, one clean rocker cover-ish. All right, I'm gonna go over it with a wire wheel, get all the crap off, get all the old paint, and then we'll give it a nice wipe down again, degrease it, make sure it's fully clean, and then we can finally get in with the Wrinkle Plus paint. Okay, so I've gone over everything with a selection of brushes. I've gone for the wire wheel, brass brush, and a scourer. There is a little bit of paint left on there, but it's not coming off with any of those, so it's stuck on there pretty well, so I'm not particularly fussed about just painting straight over it. I'm just gonna go and wash it down. I'm gonna spray it down with some washing up liquid, and I'm gonna give it a really good brush over with a brush. Just make sure it is not greasy at all, because the paint won't stick to the grease. Almost forgot to sand the spark plug holes. So I'm gonna go for a fairly gentle sandpaper. I've got a 320. I'm just gonna get in those holes, just sand it as best I can. It is now nice and clean. I'm gonna dry it off, get all the water off it, make sure it's bone dry, and then we can do the paint. I'm happy that it's clean, it's dry. All the paint that will flake off has been removed. Only paint that's left is paint that's stuck on there really nicely. It's adhered well to the metal from the previous time it was painted. So I am comfortable now painting, finally. So on the instructions it says, so I need at least 3 heavy coats. First coat I've got to apply vertically. The second coat I've got to apply horizontally. And the third coat I've got to apply diagonally. So that's interesting. I've then got to cure it in the oven for an hour. Right, let's get going.
I'm going to mask off all the little holes using some tissue paper that I can dig out later. I've shaken the can for 1 minute, so now it's time to paint. Starting horizontally. Now this is the most high-tech paint I've ever used. You gotta put, oh, what the hell? Look at that, that's crazy. Never seen that before. This is fancy paint, jeez Louise. Said it has something like 50% less finger fatigue. Should be easier to press, I guess. Said it's not gonna turn wrinkly straight away. It takes quite a bit of time for it to turn wrinkly. Ooh, oh, that comes out pretty strong. It's a weird nozzle. Quite know what's happening there. Let's leave it for a few minutes to see what happens.
I'm wondering if I put the first coat on a bit too heavy. Maybe it's coming away because of that. Not really sure. I'm hoping it's not grease again. I've properly wiped it down. I've also got a heater on it because it's a bit cold in here. I'm wondering if maybe the colder temperature is what's causing it to do this.
Right, so I'm going to try and do it in a horizontal pattern now, but it's going to be tricky because I've got to hit all the bits. I'll just do my best. Yeah, that's looking better. So I've obviously just not degreased it enough. I'm going to hit up all the spots, like here for example. Just going to go wipe down the paint.
Take the mask off. It's actually not very like aerosol-y. It's more like a squirt gun. Squirt gun. Squirt, like a squirty bottle. So any areas where it's peeling up, wiping off the paint quickly, going over it with this, which is kind of like a wet wipe, antibacterial wet wipe, which I've got. I'd say just anything you've got that can get off any of the grease, clean up the area. Luckily it's Wrinkle, so again, not really going to be noticeable. Quite a good product that you can just work over and fix up this stuff. Normal paint, you'd obviously have to kind of start again. So yeah, prep, make sure everything is clean and degreased properly. I thought it was. I've obviously missed some bits, so I'm now paying the price. Okay, let's do the final coat. Last one, we want to be going on diagonally, apparently. Right, all layers of paint are done. I'm happy with how it looks. Let's leave it and see how much it wrinkles. I did see a bit, but I don't think I can see anymore. It looks really nice. Like, it's actually like a really good, nice, thick coat of paint, but it's gonna get crazy, so let's see what happens. Unfortunately, it looks like I applied it maybe too thick, maybe it was too cold in the garage, I'm not really sure, but it's wrinkled up and pulled up in these areas and looks pretty terrible. So I'm gonna scrape it off and try again. I'm using a 180 grit sandpaper just to smooth out the edge so it makes a nice transition when I apply the new paint. So, lesson learned, don't spray it on too heavily on the coats. You can always do more coats and it cures in, well, it's tack dry in like 5 minutes. Actually, it's way easier to do than normal paint. Normal paint is like 10 to 15 minutes. What you need to be doing is, I'd say probably even 4 coats. Just go on light each time. The can is a bit weird because it almost like squirts it out as opposed to sprays it out in like a cloud. So it goes on a lot heavier. So you just want to be doing light coats, let it cure 5 minutes, do the next light coat, and then do 3 or even 4 light coats. And that should get you the even coverage. So what I've done, all the areas that the creases were a bit gross, scraped off the paint as much as possible. I've used wire brush in my drill and I've just got rid of as much of it as possible, and I'm hoping that this is going to be okay and I can just spray over this again and then that should be fine. We're gonna see. It might look terrible, and in which case I'll just have to do it all again, but that's how you learn. That's why you're watching this review. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Nice light coat. I can do more coats, not going crazy. I'm gonna leave that for 5 minutes and I'll come back and I'll do the next coat. Last coat. I've done 4 already. I'm going for 5, but they're nice light coats. Hopefully there shouldn't be any runs. It should just be nice and neat. Should just look great, because this is obviously the side you're gonna see. The other side you're not even gonna see anyway. It's gonna have a cover on the top. So let's do it.
I'm still not happy with how the rocker cover looks, but I want to see this thing through to the end. So I'm putting it in the oven at 93 degrees centigrade for 1 hour. Okay, so what is my honest overall impression? I think this stuff could be really good. You can see here, for example, it's got like a really nice effect. It might not look great in camera, but it actually looks really good. But the rest of it, it's clumped up. It hasn't even wrinkled here at all. I reapplied it, but it didn't do anything. I think part of that is how I've applied it. I think part of that's my fault. Maybe a lot of it actually. So I've spoken to the seller and he basically said, the reason you need to wait 5 minutes in between coats is because the next coat needs to go on when the previous coat is still wet. So it layers up wet, doesn't have time to dry. And that's how it crinkles up. I don't think it was quite warm enough in the garage as well. When I sprayed the coats, I sprayed a coat and I waited like 10-15 minutes thinking it needed to cure or flash off and then the next coat could go on. Actually, I think it's because you needed to wait 5 minutes so that the bottom coat is still wet and then the next layer can go on. The other thing is I put this in the oven to cure. You're supposed to leave it in for an hour at 93 degrees centigrade. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry. It absolutely stank when it was in there. I had it in the oven in the house, which probably a bit naughty, and it stank up the whole house. I had to take it out after about half an hour because I just couldn't have it in there any longer. If you have a partner who is happy for you to have stinky stuff in the oven for an hour and the whole house smells like chemicals, you're good to go. If you've got an oven in your garage, even better. Anyone else, you're stuffed. Something to think about. So what would I give this out of 10? The bit that looks really nice, I'd probably give that 10 out of 10. Looks fantastic, looks really good. The rest of the bits, not so great. Give those like a 2 out of 10. So in between, let's give it a 6 out of 10. Difficult to do, have to follow the instructions to the T. And also it omits certain information in the instructions. So the instructions from the seller say, shake the can well, 2 to 3 minutes, spray 3 heavy even coats. Each coat should be applied within 5 minutes of the last, within 5 minutes. First coat, medium wet, cover fully. Second coat, heavy, thick but not dripping. Third coat, cross direction, opposite direction of the last coat. So the information he's put lead me to believe that you needed to go thicker on the paint, but I was getting runs quite a lot when I was going heavier. It's gonna be quite tricky to get that perfect. To be honest, I think I'm just gonna strip this down and paint it with normal, very high temperature paint. It's just gonna be a lot easier, a lot quicker. If you've got the time and the effort and the motivation, absolutely go for this stuff. It looks fantastic when it works. If you don't have the motivation to potentially do it a second or third time, I would just go for some normal VHT paint and you're good to go. So that's it. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. I've got quite a few reviews up now. I've also got a load of car bits. I'm trying to do reviews in between doing major car bits. The next bit for my Toyota is a full paint job, so that's going to take quite some time. It's going to be a few little filler videos in between just to kind of get me through to the main video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.